podcast host, Dr. Marty Erickson, has been a guest on our show for years to talk about a wide range of child development and parenting topics. But her work takes her literally all over the world. She just got back from a trip to Tanzania, and she's working on a project aimed at preventing child abuse and neglect. And it's important to all of us, and that's what the podcast is about this week. So we're going to tell you about that in just a few minutes. But welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was just an amazing trip, and I just feel so honored to do that work, and I'm happy to talk about it here.
Yeah, I appreciate you talking about it too. So let's talk about the person you met,
Yes.
Nova.
Yes.
And this is what really speared all of this on.
Well, it is. Nova Marandu is the CEO of an NGO, a nonprofit organization in Tanzania in the Kilimanjaro area, and I was connected to him by a California attorney who has known my work for years on child abuse. That was my main area of research and work at the university. And so he asked if I would help Nova as he was trying to really expand their work on child abuse prevention in Tanzania. Well, that led to Nova and I developing a very close relationship. And the U.S. Department of State has a big initiative on nurturing young African leaders, and it fits into all sorts of other goals.
That's great.
But so
you went
Nova invited me to be his partner in responding to a grant at the State Department.
Wow.
And it was an amazing experience. So I went there and we developed a program and implemented it with 75 primary school teachers.
So you gathered the teachers, you slept in his backyard in a tent.
I did. After we finished our work, I stayed in a lovely little resort that he chose for me prior to my getting there. But he wanted me to stay with his family and slept in a tent in their backyard because they had like 11 people living in a small house.
Tell me about these teachers that you
Well,
met.
they're primary school teachers in the Kilimanjaro area, and these were all women, with the exception of a couple of men from other organizations who participated, in part because too often males are the perpetrators of abuse, both harsh physical punishment and also sexual abuse, even men in the schools. And women have not had a lot of power, and this was really aimed at empowering these women teachers to know how to prevent child abuse, to respect children's human rights. So it was a rights-based curriculum that I actually was one of the writers on in Tanzania 15 years ago, but Nova didn't even know about that when we first started communicating.
Wow.
So
really just empowering them and having them be able to figure it out and spot what's happening and then hopefully work on preventing it or work on trying to get a solution.
Yeah, being upstanders, in the whole community, not just in their schools.
And then, as you mentioned, you spent some time with his family, which is just wonderful.
I did. And he was badly abused, sexually abused as a child from the age of 6. And he took me to his childhood home where the abuse happened by neighbors. And it was just a moving experience. And we also just had a lot of fun together. He just showed me around the area, and he and his family were really something.
Oh, well, we really appreciate you sharing this with us. Now, so the podcast, and so that's what's out this week. It went out Monday, right?
Well, it's going out this coming Monday.
Okay,
yes.
this coming Monday.
And so we my daughter and I talking to Nova, or my daughter talking to both of us, because Nova and I both had a lot of questions to answer about the project. So we just recorded with him on Friday, and that's why it'll be up for this coming Monday.
Well,
I just got back this week, so this has all been fast.
And this, I know. Thank you for coming right here to talk about it. And also, I know this will continue on, so that's really wonderful as well.
We're working on stuff for this coming year, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
It's exciting.
We want to let everyone know. You can hear more about this important work. It is such important work. The podcast is actually going to be available next week, and that's, of course, where you can find it is on KARE11.com, and you can find the Mom Enough podcast, or you can go ahead and find it wherever you find your podcast. Coming up